Hello, Golden State Warriors fans. We're back with another exclusive video to bring you the hottest updates on the team. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. This is essential for you to continue receiving all the latest news about the Warriors. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The recent NBA trade market movement brought a twist involving a former Golden State Warriors star. Kevin Durant, currently with the Phoenix Suns, spoke out strongly after comments made by Steve Kerr about a potential trade that could have brought the player back to the Bay Area. Last week, Kerr commented on the challenges Durant faced after his decision to join the Warriors in 2016. The coach stated that the criticism Durant received at that time might have influenced his choice not to return to the team this season. According to Kerr, the impact of public opinion might have weighed on Durant's decision to turn down a trade that would have brought him back to the team where he won 2 NBA championships. However, Durant didn't take long to rebut this theory. In a candid interview with Malika Andrews from ESPN, he denied that the negative comments from the past were a deciding factor in his decision. According to the player, his main concern was avoiding being traded in the middle of the season, as it could affect his stability and adjustment with the Suns. He also clarified that he harbors no resentment toward Golden State or his former teammates. In fact, the refusal had nothing to do with the past, but rather with his desire to continue building his journey with the Phoenix Suns. On the other hand, the Warriors were indeed interested in a potential return of Durant and made significant efforts to finalize the trade before the market closed. The plan involved a multi-team deal, and behind the scenes it is indicated that the discussions were advanced. Rumors pointed to a deal involving 3 franchises: Golden State Warriors, Miami Heat, and Washington Wizards. The complex trade was expected to move key players and draft picks to facilitate Durant's return to California. Even with this proposal, Durant remained firm in his decision. According to Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelburne from ESPN, he even spoke directly with Stephen Curry about the possibility of a return. During this conversation, Curry tried to understand how Durant felt about the idea, but the response was clear. It didn't seem like the right time to revive that partnership. The conversation between the two reinforced that Durant was determined to continue his path in Phoenix. He made it clear that he was happy with his current team and had no interest in changing environments mid-season. With this, the Warriors were forced to reassess their options in the market and shifted their focus to another NBA star, Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat. The Warriors' initial interest in bringing Durant back made sense in light of their search for strong reinforcements to compete at the highest level in the league. The duo of Curry and Durant was one of the most dominant of the last decade, and a possible reunion could reignite the franchise's championship chances. However, Durant's response showed that he has other plans. His decision to stay with the Suns signals a commitment to the team and a desire to finish the season alongside his current teammates. Now, the big question remains: did Durant make the right choice by staying in Phoenix? Will the team be able to contend for the NBA title, or will they face difficulties throughout the season? As the season progresses, all eyes will be on Durant and the Suns. Whether his decision was right or not, only time will tell. But one thing is certain: he is determined to carve his own path and write a new story in the NBA. Before we continue, have you left a like yet? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about the Warriors. Now, let's move on to another story that's been shaking up the NBA's behind the scenes. In recent days, strong rumors have surfaced that the Golden State Warriors are interested in one of the league's most skilled and electrifying point guards, Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks player is known for his bold playing style, exceptional court vision, and ability to decide games in the most crucial moments. With the Warriors looking for ways to stay competitive and reinforce their roster, the possibility of a trade for Young is stirring the basketball community. At 26, Trae Young has already established himself as one of the big names in the NBA. He has multiple All-Star appearances and was a key player in the Hawks' historic run to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. His ability to score and create plays makes him a valuable target for any team looking to bolster its offense. The Warriors' interest in Young makes sense when considering the team's need to plan for the future. The current roster still has Stephen Curry leading the charge, but the star's age raises questions about the need for a gradual transition to keep the team at the top. Young could be the missing piece for that transition, ensuring that the team continues to have an elite point guard for the years to come. His ability to distribute the ball, control the pace, and shoot from long range would make him a valuable addition to the Warriors' offensive scheme. If this trade happens, the team dynamics would change significantly. Young's arrival would bring a new playing style, with a younger point guard taking on a central role alongside Curry. Additionally, his presence could alleviate some of the pressure on Curry, allowing him to play more freely without having to carry the responsibility of orchestrating every play. Young is a player who isn't afraid to take risks. His long-range shooting and ability to break down defenses have made him one of the hardest players to guard in the NBA. His confidence and aggressive mentality make him a fierce competitor, which could fit well with the Warriors' DNA. However, any trade to bring Young would require a strategic move. The Atlanta Hawks would not part with their star easily, and the Warriors would have to offer valuable assets to convince the Atlanta franchise to strike a deal. Nothing is concrete yet, but the mere fact that the Warriors are exploring this possibility already shows that the front office is willing to make big changes to keep the team among the best in the league. Now, let's talk a little more about the team's dynamics and what is at stake for the Golden State Warriors at this moment. With the trade market moves and speculations about reinforcements, the focus is clearly on the pursuit of a gradual rebuild. Even with the contender status the team still holds, it's impossible to ignore the need to adapt to the new demands of the NBA. Injuries and the inevitable passage of time affect even the greatest stars, and Stephen Curry's longevity, despite his excellence, is constantly under evaluation. Curry, one of the most complete players in the league's recent history, remains the backbone of the team. But as time passes, the franchise needs to ensure that the team doesn't become overly dependent on a single player. Trae Young, with his versatility, wouldn't just be a transitional piece, but also an outlet for Curry, allowing him to focus more on his scoring ability and less on distributing the ball all the time. Young's playing style could revitalize the Warriors' offense, bringing more pace and unpredictability to the team. With his ability to create long-range shots and his ease of penetrating defenses, he could offer a new dimension to the team, especially when the opposing defense tightens up against Curry. Furthermore, trading for Young could mean a reconfiguration of the starting lineup, allowing the Warriors to find a new balance between experience and youth. Even if the price to acquire the Hawks' point guard is high, the idea of giving Curry a trusted and skilled teammate for the future would be a long-term play to keep the Warriors competitive in the coming seasons. But of course, no trade is simple. The NBA market is volatile, and each team's needs change quickly. Additionally, with so many teams around the league interested in Trae Young, the Warriors will have to deal with fierce competition if they truly want to secure the Hawks' star. The question is, would the Warriors be willing to sacrifice valuable pieces from their current roster to make this trade happen, or will the team eventually take a different direction? Beyond this move, it's important to consider what the Warriors already have on their roster and how that might impact the front office's decisions. The contributions of players like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins will continue to be crucial. Klay, though no longer the same as before, still has his moments of brilliance and is a key player in both defense and offense. Draymond, on the other hand, is the soul of the team, always present in critical moments with his leadership and fierce defense. However, the Warriors still need depth on the bench. The reliance on Curry and Thompson in big games is evident, and the absence of a third or fourth consistent player throughout the season could be a long-term obstacle. A move for Young, for instance, could alleviate this burden, allowing the Warriors more flexibility during the decisive moments of a long and grueling season. In this scenario, signing another big name could be what the Warriors need to ensure that their championship window remains open. The challenge is how to balance finances and roster structure without disrupting the team chemistry, something that has been one of the Warriors' greatest strengths throughout their recent successes. Moreover, moves in the market not only affect the present, but also keep an eye on the future of the team. The search for new talents, such as Trae Young, reflects the desire to ensure a smooth transition between the Curry era and the next generation of stars. The Warriors have always been a team that knew how to reinvent itself, maintaining its dynamic and fast-paced style of play based on long-range shots and aggressive defense. However, the key players in the recent title runs, such as Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, are starting to age, and this raises doubts about how much longer the team can rely on their contribution. Green, in particular, has stood out for his game-reading ability and defensive impact, but he also has limitations when it comes to maintaining a high offensive level. The arrival of a young player, like Trae Young, could fill this gap and ensure that the Warriors continue to maintain their pace without losing aggressiveness and efficiency. Another point to analyze is the role of Andrew Wiggins. The Canadian forward has shown himself to be one of the team's top defenders and an important offensive complement, especially in key games. However, with the possible arrival of a standout point guard, such as Young, Wiggins' role on the team could expand, allowing him to focus even more on the defensive side and offense without the pressure of creating plays. The addition of Trae Young could, for example, allow the Warriors to play in an even more flexible and unpredictable way. Imagine Curry and Young on the court together, both being long-range threats. This would create immense space for the other players, making the opposing defense even more challenging. The way Young would be integrated into the Warriors system, with his bold style and ability to control the game, would be an intriguing adjustment to the team's philosophy. Of course, for such a trade to happen, the franchise would need to make some concessions, both in terms of players and draft picks. But the Warriors have shown that they are willing to make the necessary adjustments to keep the team competitive. The future of the franchise may be tied to these decisions, and managing how to balance Curry's legacy with the introduction of new talent will be crucial in building a new dynasty. Now, going back to the current season, another area of concern is the health of the team. Injuries have always been a critical factor in the Warriors' campaigns, and with Curry and Thompson's age, this becomes even more relevant. The team needs to ensure that all key players can stay healthy to reach the peak of their performance at the most important moments. In this scenario, signing new players or making strategic changes to the roster becomes even more relevant, as any move could make the difference between a solid season and one full of challenges. Moreover, with the Western Conference becoming increasingly competitive, the Warriors need to anticipate and plan ahead so they aren't caught off guard. Teams like the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles Lakers have shown that the competition is fierce, and every market move could alter the course of the season. Securing a strong position in the standings and being well prepared for the playoffs will be key to maintaining success in the immediate future. And speaking of playoffs, a potential trade move would not only affect the roster, but also the team's strategy for this crucial phase. A point guard like Trae Young could alter the dynamics of playoff series, offering more offensive options and creating extra pressure on opposing defenses, not to mention the psychological impact that a big trade like this would have on the players and the fans' confidence. What the Warriors need now is to find a balance between maintaining their essence and seeking new solutions to their challenges. The key will be whether the franchise can make the transition intelligently without compromising the pillars that were essential to their title wins in recent years. In the end, the decision on how to shape the future of the team is complex, but moves in the market, like the interest in Trae Young and other options, show that the Warriors are still committed to fighting for the top. The franchise is clearly analyzing all possibilities to continue being one of the biggest forces in the NBA. And for you, the fan, the big question remains: how do you see the future of the Golden State Warriors? Does the team need a major reinforcement like Trae Young to stay among the best, or is the current core still enough to win more titles? The NBA landscape could be on the verge of a major transformation, with a potential signing that has caught the attention of experts and fans around the world. The Golden State Warriors, one of the league's most iconic franchises, would be in negotiations to bring in Kai Sotto, the talented Filipino center, for the 2025 season. If this deal goes through, it would not only be a strategic move on the court, but also a significant cultural milestone that could further expand the team's global fan base. The possibility of Kai Sotto joining the Warriors has sparked intense discussion. Standing at 218 meters tall, the center stands out not only for his imposing height, but also for his versatile skills that go beyond the typical traditional center role. His defensive ability, coupled with an offensive arsenal that includes mid-range shooting, makes him a unique athlete in modern basketball. The impact of this potential signing goes beyond the technical aspect. Kai Sotto is already a well-known name among basketball fans in the Philippines, a country where the sport is followed with extreme passion. His rise on the international stage has been closely watched, and his arrival in the NBA would represent the fulfillment of a dream not only for him but for millions of Filipino fans who see him as a symbol of perseverance and dedication. Kai's journey has been marked by challenges and overcoming obstacles. From a very young age, he demonstrated potential to become a great player, which led him to seek opportunities outside of his home country. To evolve and compete at a high level, Sotto played in different leagues around the world. He had an important stint in the NBL, the Australian League, where he faced experienced players and honed his ability to perform under pressure. He then moved on to Japanese basketball, establishing himself as one of the top players in the B-League and demonstrating his ability to adapt to different playing styles. Now, with rumors indicating that the Golden State Warriors are interested in signing him, the possibility of seeing Kai Sotto in the NBA is becoming more and more real. For the franchise, adding a player with his characteristics would be a valuable reinforcement, especially in an area where the team often looks for improvements: rim protection, and physical play in the paint. The Warriors' offensive system, known for its intense movement and long-range shooting, could benefit from the presence of a center who knows how to position himself well and contribute both defensively and offensively. Additionally, his ability to space the floor and make mid-range shots could offer more options for the team's playmakers, creating a new dynamic within the roster. Another important aspect of this potential deal is the impact Kai Sotto could have off the court. With one of the largest Filipino communities in the United States located in the Bay Area, his arrival at the Warriors would create an even stronger connection between the team and this vast fan base. This could result in a significant expansion of the franchise's popularity in Asia, boosting not only ticket and merchandise sales, but also expanding the team's global reach. The commercial effect of his signing cannot be overlooked either. Kai Sotto already attracts the attention of brands and sponsors interested in the Asian market. If confirmed as a Warriors player, his presence in the NBA would open doors to various commercial opportunities, benefiting both the franchise and the league as a whole. Beyond the technical and commercial aspects, there is an emotional factor involved in this potential move. Kai Sotto's story is inspirational for many young athletes, especially those who dream of pursuing a basketball career but face challenges in reaching that goal. His journey shows that with effort and dedication, it is possible to break barriers and reach the highest level of the sport. The Warriors have already demonstrated a mindset focused on developing young talent. Under the guidance of an experienced coach like Steve Kerr, Kai Sotto would have the opportunity to evolve further, refining his game and adapting to the fast-paced NBA rhythm. Furthermore, playing alongside legends like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green would allow him to absorb knowledge and experience, accelerating his growth as an athlete. If this deal goes through, the impact will be felt on multiple fronts. For the NBA, the arrival of a Filipino player would be an important step in expanding its global presence, particularly in a market that already has a huge passion for basketball. For the Warriors, it would be an opportunity to strengthen their team with a promising talent while also strengthening ties with one of the most engaged fan bases in the world. But is Kai Sotto ready for this challenge? The transition to the NBA is a big step, and the competition in the league is fierce. However, if we look at his trajectory and the progress he has shown over the years, it is clear that he has the potential to stand out. His physical and technical development places him in a favorable position to compete at the highest level, and his determined mindset could be a differentiating factor when facing the challenges that lie ahead. There are still many questions about how this deal might unfold. Will the Warriors really bet on Kai Sotto? Will he be able to establish himself in the team's rotation? These questions can only be answered in the coming months as more information is revealed. What is certain is that this possibility is already making waves in the global basketball scene. The mere idea of seeing Kai Sotto wearing a Golden State Warriors jersey is enough to generate excitement among fans and analysts of the sport. If this story does come to fruition, we will be witnessing a historic moment not only for the Warriors, but for the entire basketball community. If you are enjoying the updates, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for all the latest on the Golden State Warriors. Let's continue to follow the team's moves and bring you more information. See you in the next video.